all you have to do is cross multiply. We'll go with 3 times 15, and we'll go with 4 times x. Now, by cross multiplying, we are going to create a new equation. Probably remember doing this, but anyhow, you're going to do 3 times 15 to make, down here to make it like more clear, 45. And that's going to be equal to this denominator multiplied by this numerator. This will be equal to 4 times x, which is, of course, just 4x. Now, this equation is going to be not too crazy to solve. I guarantee you know how to do this. 45 is equal to 4 times x. So when you're solving a linear variable like this, you just need to isolate. So to get this x all by itself, we have to cancel out this 4. And we could do that just by dividing, doing the opposite operation. Opposite of multiplying by 4 is dividing by 4. So hey, 4 divided by 4 cancels out. And then, of course, that golden rule of algebra, if I divide this side by 4, I have to divide the other side by 4. All right, 45 divided by 4, that will give you 11.25. 11.25 is going to be equal to x. Okay, so this is really the process that we're going to follow. Obviously, the problems in Algebra 2 get a little bit more difficult. We'll start with some more complex expressions here. But as long as you follow these tips with factoring first, canceling like terms, cross multiplying, and then solving, we should be just fine with this section. Good stuff. Hey, y'all have any questions so far at all? Feel pretty good about this, huh? Cross multiply. That's going to be the key to solving these. So let's move on to another example. Number 2. We'll make this one just a little bit more challenging. Okay, so we'll go with 4x minus 6 divided by 3x minus 9 equals 1/3. So once again, good way to start this problem off would be to cross multiply. You could do a little bit of factoring to start off with if you wanted to. Like there's a greatest common factor here of 2 and a greatest common down here of 3, but it's okay. Let's just cross multiply. These things will be easy enough to multiply. We're not going to worry about it. So again, cross multiplication. 4x minus 6 is going to get multiplied by the 3. Maybe be careful at this point because it's not just the 4x, and it's not just the negative 6 that's getting multiplied by 3. It's everything up here. So you could think of this as like it's being distributed. 3 times 4x, 3 times negative 6. So when I do this multiplication, I'm going to end up with 12x minus 18. So when you're cross multiplying, after you do the first part, try to make it a habit of just writing your equal sign again. Multiply the first 2 pieces and then write your equal sign. We're cross multiplying to get rid of these fractions. The fractions would be hard to deal with, so let's just get rid of them. Anyhow, we have 3x minus 9 times 1, and that's going to be easy enough. If we just multiply by 1, we are going to end up with 3x minus 9. Hey, solve this now. You just need to, since we don't have a quadratic, we're not going to set it equal to 0. But one thing that you remember from Algebra 1 is if I have a single variable on the left-hand side of the equation and a variable on the right-hand side, that's like not so good. I need to get those to one side of my equation. So I think it would probably be easier to take away 3x. If I subtract 3x here and subtract 3x here, I will be left with 9x minus 18 equals -9. And I think from here, you guys are probably all set to solve it. Shouldn't be too bad from this point. Two-step equation. Try to get the x all by itself, isolate it. So we would probably want to add 18, get rid of it. Maybe we'll create this equation, 9x equals 9, because of course, -9 plus 18 is just 9. Last step here, to get x all by itself, we just need to divide by 9. And we'll be left with, finally, our solution, x equals 1. And just to show you why that solution works, if I was to plug in 1 into this expression over here, it's going to be equal to 1/3. We found the value of x that makes this fraction equal to 1/3. And I can show you. So 4 times 1, see like what I'm doing? Just plugging in 1 for x. 4 times 1, minus 6. And then that's being divided by 3 times 1, minus 9. And we get 0.3 repeating, which of course as a fraction is 1/3. We get 1 divided by 3. Fantastic. So hey, that's the process for solving rational equations. Confidence level is pretty good, pretty high, not so bad. Awesome.